It seems like so many big names from the arts world have died in 2016, and now most recently we have Carrie Fisher, which I think caught a lot of people by surprise, including me. I don't even know how to start this conversation, but
Adam,
how are we going to remember her?
I have to tell you, I was a little bit bereft, more so than I think any other people, because I think Carrie Fisher is somebody that we really rooted for, because she was so open about her own problems and issues and how she suffered, but she was so vocal about them. She was very heroic in the way that she owned them, and I'm talking about her bipolar disorder and battles with depression and alcohol and drugs, that it just... And the fact that she was only 60 years old, it makes it so hard to lose her.
You did an interview with her a few years back, right, when she was coming through town for a one-woman play. What did she have to say when you spoke
frankly,
with her?
I think that's the other reason that I had such a hard time processing this. Is not that I spent much time with her, but I spent a little bit of time with her and found her to be incredibly charming and smart and thoughtful, extremely funny, just obscenely funny. She was here to do her show, Wishful Drinking, at the Huntington Theater Company, which was a laugh riot, and it just showed you how exquisitely she thought in her sense of timing. But I talked to her there about, you have to remember, she was the daughter of Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, and I asked about her growing up in this kind of family. At what point did you realize that your childhood was not like everybody else's?
When people started to ask me, you know, what's it like to have a movie star as a mother, I had no idea. I never had another kind. So I understood there was a difference, and I understood that, oh, you think you're so great. I got those things, and no, I didn't.
Or then you would watch sitcoms or something, and you would see what the general American portrayal of the
I was
home.
just the same as everybody else. I wanted the family that was on Father Knows Best or My Three Sons, and I knew my family wasn't like that. But that's what I wanted. That's what we all wanted.
You mentioned her struggle with bipolar disorder. How did she deal with that and some of the other challenges that she was grappling with?
Well, Adam, she was very smart. She owned it, first of all. She got out in front of it so that when other people said disparaging things about her, it didn't come as much of a shock because she had the better thing to say about it. One thing I've been struck by since her death is how many people compared her to Dorothy Parker. Again, because she had such a facility for language and to be funny, and she could be so precise and just nail you with that. But I asked her about that, too, and I realized in looking back at the interview that I did that I sat down with her at a very difficult time. She had just had electroshock therapy because she had woken up to find a good friend of hers next to her in bed dead who had died of an overdose. It was very traumatic for her, but she talked about dealing with her mental issues.
It was fantastic, except for the memory loss, which, cool, that's a very good swap, I don't mind.
Really, the memory loss? But it comes back to some degree.
Yeah, no, you lose about a lot of 4 months. It's just, whew, it's gone. I mean, literally, there were dinners I had with people where they'd email me and I'd say, who is this? In order to feel like you're in control of it, which you're not, but it's a nice delusion, you organize it and you put it in your own vernacular. And then it does give you the illusion of control. Now, this is a delusion, but it's mine.
So she was smart about it. She owned it, and she figured out how to process it. And she did that through her writing, too. I think what we realized, or what a lot of people didn't realize, and we haven't even talked about Star Wars yet, is here she played this iconic figure, but we knew she touched a lot of movies because she had such, again, facility for language that she touched up a lot of scripts. She was a great, well-known script doctor in Hollywood. She had these funny novels, Postcards from the Edge.
I saw a page of the Star Wars script making the rounds on social media yesterday that she had marked up, I think, kind of savagely and humorously, that a lot of people were really in awe of.
Yeah, she was able to, I think, process things very, very quickly. And I talked to her, too, about her fame, the level of fame that she had. And I think going back to 2008 when I first spoke with her, there was no notion that Star Wars was going to come back as it has today with even more movies and that she would once again be on the screen as the general.
And how'd she feel about that? She was, what, 19 in Star Wars or something?
She was very, very young in Star Wars. So she's had a lot of time to process this. But here's what she had to say about this lifetime of fame.
But I never got, you know, some people get famous and you think, wow, this is going to be great, you know. All these people like me and maybe now I can like myself, you know. I knew that it's ephemeral, that it's just, there's no static place. You're always fighting to maintain or scrambling to get back.
George Lucas still owns your likeness?
He owns my likeness, so you're going to have to send him a couple of bucks for just having my face on the show. I never got money for, you know, any of the... and it still continues to go on. You know, I'm a giveaway at fast food restaurants. Go check it out. If my life wasn't funny, it would just be true. And that's unacceptable.
Jared Bowen, thank you. That's really poignant.
Thanks, Adam.